I had to come tap in and give y'all the predictions for week 9 in the NFL. I know I'm a little late, but if you catch this that before the game starts, that'll be good for you because I'm gonna lace you up with the picks. And to be honest, I'm pretty accurate with the picking. It's SK Sports Talk. I like talking NFL, NBA, MLB, but right now we're gonna do a little NFL talk for y'all real quick. All right. The first game is the Vikings versus Detroit. I can tell you right now, off top, that I like Detroit. Vikings, they're gonna have their rookie quarterback playing again. The guy JJ McCarthy. The other guy, Carson Wentz, he got injured. So they gotta go back to the guy McCarthy. And I can tell you right now that the guy McCarthy be playing bad. So I can tell you right now, off top, to go with the Vikings, to go with the Lions. Now, as far as the point spread, I don't know because they got Detroit favored by 8 points, 8.5 points. Now that's a lot of points. Mm, I don't know if I would necessarily um, bet Detroit with all those points because that's a lot of points. So most likely for that game, I would probably just go with the money line. Just bet Detroit money line. The over and under is a little high, so I don't know if I would necessarily want to mess around with the over and under for the Detroit game. Just bet Detroit money line. Now for the Chargers game, the Chargers, the next game is the Chargers playing the Titans. You already know, I can tell you off top that I think the Chargers are going to beat the Titans. That's already apparent. The Titans been playing so bad. The guy Cam Ward, he's been playing very, very bad. I don't know what's going on with him. It's looking bad. Like he's like making some good throws, but he's not winning. And then like he's not playing good. Cam Ward right now is not playing good at all. I'm trying to pull up his stats, but I'm pretty sure that Cam Ward been throwing a whole bunch of picks. Somebody in chat said Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs looking good. I can't get Cam Ward stats offhand, but I'm pretty sure that he been throwing a lot of picks, and he has not been looking good at all. I definitely think that the Titans made a mistake. Made a mistake with that one. It's just my opinion, you know. So Cam Ward, it looks like Cam Ward has thrown 5 touchdowns and thrown 6 interceptions. That's pretty bad. He usually puts up some passing yardage, around about 200 again, 200 yards per game. Sometimes a little less than that. So basically, no. He's not the answer at all. I think that the Titans should have drafted Shador Sanders. I definitely think the Titans should have drafted Shador Sanders. I'm sorry. Mel Kiper had Shador Sanders as a first round projection. So, to me, it's not crazy at all to say that I think that the Titans should have drafted Shador Sanders. I'm not seeing no quarterbacks that came out in that last draft that really looks too impressive. Yes, Jackson Dart for the Giants. He has looked impressive. But how impressive, I don't know. Very, very impressive. But is he going to be like a sustainable situation? Well, what's going on in the chat? I see you. Is Jackson Dart going to be able to keep doing what he's doing, or is he just a flash in the pan guy? So I respect Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. Yeah. I got you. I respect Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. I don't understand where the disrespect comes in with Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. They've been respectable guys for ESPN for years. And then all of a sudden, everybody's just trashing Mel Kiper. Shout out to Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper is from Maryland. He's from the same state I'm from, Maryland. And he frequents Baltimore a lot. So I already know the type guy he is. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I don't understand the disrespect towards Mel. So I respect what Mel. He said Shador Sanders was a first round talent in his evaluation. So I don't find it crazy at all for me to say that. Can you be a mod? How do you make somebody in the mod? Well, let's just take it easy on the mod for right now. Let me just cook it up. But I got you, man. If I see you again on the next time, man, I'll make your mind. It's the first time I ever seen your name in the chat. You gotta pop back in the chat. Pop back in the chat next time. I got you. So basically, the Chargers been rolling. So I'm definitely going to take the Chargers. Now, as far as the point spread, push using them out. As far as the point spread, when it comes down to the Chargers and the Titans, they got Chargers favored by 9.5 points. That is a lot of points. I really wouldn't be comfortable taking anybody for that amount of points. So no, I would just stay away from that. And if anything, I would just put your money on Chargers money line. Now they got the over under set at 43.5 for that game. You could bet the over, but that's not nothing I would be seriously getting ready to hammer. I wouldn't hammer the over. Well, if you want to add the over into one of your bets, all right, bet. Go ahead and do that. All right, but bottom line, I got the Titans. Oh, the Dodgers, man, that was amazing, man. Hold on, man. That's SK Sports Talk, man. I'm talking NFL, but shout out to the Dodgers for getting that done. It was the World Series tonight, and the Dodgers beat Toronto. So shout out to the Dodgers for holding it down for the United States of America. You know what I mean? They made sure that the team from Canada didn't win the championship. So that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You gotta be like that. They both had a real good season. They both got good teams, and I would expect both of those teams to be around for a while, for sure. Dodgers got that one guy from Asia, right? Man, the guy's a beast. I can't even pronounce his name. The guy that got caught up in the scandal. Yeah, shout out to the Dodgers, man. I'm really sad about my Orioles. I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan. And the Orioles, man, they had a bad year. Last year, we had a playoff team. And this year, the Orioles, no, they didn't make the playoffs. So that was disappointing. I mean, after the Orioles start doing bad, and after that, I kind of tapped out on MLB. But hopefully next year, my Orioles will be back around, and I will get into MLB. I'll be doing MLB talk. If my Orioles wasn't good, then I would be talking MLB. But since my Orioles wasn't good, then I'm just out on MLB. So right now, I'm just stuck down to just NFL, NBA, and I guess a little bit of boxing. But it's SK Sports Talk. Oh, you love the Dodgers? Yeah, man. That was crazy that the other night that Dodgers game lasted into the I took your mod away because you time people out. You can I don't want anybody timed out right now. uh because I just don't want nobody timed out unless they're saying stuff extremely rude. Then something like that. A little bit of light rudeness, we can handle that. But I was amazed that the other game, that the Dodgers game, it went into 18 innings. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, did they announce the MVP? Do the MLB, do they have an MVP of the World Series? That's what I'm interested of now. Since my guy in the chat got me going talking about baseball, I wanted to know. Okay, so Moto won the MVP. Yoshibamo Yamoto. Yeah. I would like to hear one of you guys try to pronounce that name. Yoshin Bu Yamamoto. Not Mamamoto, but something like that. But that's cool, man. Shit, hell yeah, man. That's why I'm always interested, like who wins the MVP and stuff like that, man. Man, yeah, man. And Dodgers are going to be a problem. Dodgers are going to be a problem for the next few years, for sure. They can go on a run. I was hurt. I was bothered when the Yankees got kicked out of the World Series. You know what I mean? I like seeing teams like the Yankees. You know what I mean? The Dodgers. You know, some of the big team, the Chicago Cubs. I like when teams like that are into the playoffs doing good. That's when I get very interested into MLB. But yeah, I'll do some MLB talk. Now, hold on. Let me take a drink. Now, as far as the NFL, I'm trying to give y'all some betting predictions, not just straight up predictions. Also predicting against the spread, so that can help people out in case you want to make some money. This isn't just normal, just regular predictions of the NFL. Now, the next game I want to help y'all make some money on. Oh, you want to go to the Packers game? All right, I'll go to the Packers game. I was getting ready to go to the Atlanta game. Let me go to the Packers game. So Carolina is playing Green Bay. Carolina's playing Green Bay. They playing at Green Bay. Now, Green Bay been doing that thing, but also surprisingly, that Carolina been doing that thing. Carolina is 4-4. Green Bay is 5-1, and they playing at Green Bay. So Carolina been balling. Most people are taking Green Bay. As I'm looking online, it says 86.9% of the people, they're taking Green Bay to win straight up. And yeah, I would have to agree that I think Green Bay is going to win. But as far as the point spread, they got Green Bay favored by 12.5 points. Now, I don't think Green Bay is going to beat Carolina by 12.5 points. So definitely, as far as the betting predictions, I would definitely take Carolina in the points because Green Bay is not going to beat Carolina by 12 points. You can bet a strong amount onto that. And also in this game, they got the over and under at 43.5. I would definitely say you can go ahead and bet the over in that game. Now, I wouldn't just tell y'all to bet the over for no reason. On some of the other games, I would just say, hey, the number's too high. Don't even touch it. But for the Green Bay game, yeah, guys, Smith, who do you think is going to win the Green Bay game? If you're still there, who do you think is going to win? If you don't mind me asking. So yeah, so the chat, if y'all want to throw in some of the predictions to y'all, who y'all think going to win the game, please do. Please hit me with your guys' predictions as well. I would like to hear other people's opinion as far as who they would like, who they like in the game and stuff like that. Now, so there you go. I just picked Green Bay for y'all. But I just told you that take the points with Carolina because Green Bay is not going to beat Carolina by that many points. All right. The next game I want to help y'all make some money on is the Atlanta versus the New England Patriots game. Majority of the people are taking the Patriots. The Patriots are 6-2. The Atlanta Falcons are 3-4. They playing at New England. Majority of the people are taking the Patriots. 66.9% of the population is taking New England. And me, I think that the Atlanta is going to play Green Bay. Atlanta is going to play the Patriots real tough. I'm talking about Atlanta versus the Patriots. The Falcons versus the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to give the Falcons a good game. I think the Falcons are going to give the Patriots a good game. So I think it's going to be a competitive game. I want to pick the Falcons, but I'm not. I think the Patriots are going to win that game. They have the Patriots favored by 4.5 points. I don't think I would take any other teams as far as betting with the points. I wouldn't take the Patriots -4. I wouldn't take the Falcons +4. If anything, I would just go with the Patriots money line because yeah, I just feel safer just doing that. Sometimes you gotta just keep it simple when it comes down to sports betting. But me, I don't advise sports betting. Gamble advisory. Be very careful with the sports betting. I only mention the sports betting because we know people are doing it. So why not give them a little bit of advice on the way? Sure. I'm not betting on all these games and this, that, and the third. But I'm also giving you solid picks that I don't want to mislead nobody. So I'm going to tell you either to bet this game or don't bet this game. You can trust SK Sports Talk. We're going to give you guys solid information. We're not just going to just say whatever. All right. The next game I want to help y'all make some money on is the Broncos versus the Texans. The Texans are 3-4, and the Broncos are 6-8. And about 50% of the people are picking the Texans. So it's going half and half with people are picking the population. They playing at Texas, in Texas. Okay. So the Broncos been balling, cutting up. The Texans been up and down, hot and cold. You don't know if you can trust the Texans. You have a lot more faith in the Broncos. The point spread is they got the Broncos favored by 1.5. Now, this game could go a lot of different ways. The Broncos versus the Texans, it can go a lot of different ways. The Texans are so streaky, they play good one week, next week they play bad. They got Nico Collins, he always shows up. CJ Stroud, he's streaky. The Broncos been doing real good. So it's tough. It's a tough one, man. If anything, I would have to go with the Broncos. I don't trust CJ Stroud. I don't trust the Texans. So, but to be honest, when it comes down to the sports betting side of this game, I wouldn't even touch this game because it could go either way. But what I would do is that they got the over and under at 40 points. I would definitely hammer the over. Hammer the over. And I wouldn't say hammer a bet if it ain't hammer a bet. So when it comes down to the Broncos and the Texans, bet the over and under. Bet the over. When it comes down to the Broncos and Texans, bet the over. That over is way too low. At 40 points? No. That's crazy to me. I really might have to lay a little small bet on that one. They got the Broncos. They got a pretty good quarterback. The Texans got a pretty good quarterback. Both of the teams are hungry. So there's no way in the world I see that game going under 40 combined points. So there you go. That is a lock bet. If you don't listen to any bet I gave to y'all, that's the one bet I want y'all to take home. For sure. That is my lock of the week. Lock of the week. All right. Next game I want to help y'all make some money on is the Bears versus the Bengals. The Bears are 4-3. The Bengals are 3-5. 57.9% of the population is picking the Bears to win this game. They have the Bears favored by 2.5 points. Now, me, I want the Bears to win on a personal level. You know, me, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. So I'm trying to see the Baltimore Ravens, get back into contention. My Ravens took care of them in their business the other night, Thursday, beat the Dolphins. So my vision is kind of a little blurry when it comes down to this Bears and Bengals game because I want the Bengals to lose. I really want the Bengals to lose. If I tried to put my fandom to the side, I would even lean to the Bengals because, the Bears, they so streaky, with their quarterback, the guy, what's his name, C.J. Williams or something Williams, the guy that wears fingernail polish, you know what I mean? The guy from USC, he is a decent quarterback, but he's not really that good of a quarterback, when it comes down to, that NFL level. He got a lot of levels to go up. I think the Bears are crazy for drafting him. If I'm the Bears, I would not have drafted that quarterback. This guy be wearing pink fingernail polish. What in the world? I'm telling you right now, if you is wearing pink fingernail polish, I'm not drafting you. You're not coming to play on my team. I don't care what you do. I don't care how many touchdowns you can throw. If my quarterback is wearing pink fingernail polish, I'm not drafting him. I think that's crazy that they drafted that guy. All the stuff he be doing. He just be talking crazy, even in his interviews and stuff like that. The guy just talk crazy, kind of like a sissy, So, I think that the Bears made a mistake. Oh, Caleb Williams. That's his name. I think the Bears made a mistake drafting Caleb Williams. The guy wears pink fingernail polish. That's crazy. What more can you say? What more can you say? There's no way in the world. I don't care. This ain't you. You're not Dennis Rodman. Some people, they didn't even want Dennis Rodman on their team. Yeah. Dennis Rodman won championships. So you can say that, yeah, maybe they was right for having Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was a guy who played in the NBA, and he would do stuff like possibly like wear like he would wear like fake nails, and Dennis Rodman would wear like pink nail polish, but Caleb Williams ain't no Dennis Rodman, so therefore, sorry to be so small-minded, but I just think that for him to be the quarterback and to be the leader of your team, I mean, he's coming out wearing pink fingernail polish. To me, that just shows that something's wrong with your head. Your mind ain't right, man. If you coming out acting like a sissy, and you can see him on the sideline how he be pouting, making all these faces. You can tell something ain't right with Caleb Williams. So in that game, I would probably stay away from the Chicago Bears and Bengals game. I would probably just stay away. I can't really give you guys a 100% a sound pick on that game because I'm a Ravens fan. So my vision is blurry when it comes down to the Bears and Bengals. So I'm going to just leave that one alone. The next game I want to help y'all make some money on is the Saints versus the Rams. The Saints are 1-7 and the Rams are 5-2. They playing at the Rams home field. 89.1% of the population is taking the Rams to win the game. And I would definitely have to agree. And also as well, they have the Rams favored by 14 points. So I would have to agree that the Rams are going to beat them or the Rams going to smash them bad. It's a good chance. But there's also a slim chance that the Saints will actually play decent. The Saints, they've been losing, but they have shown up in some of their games. So they have the Saints, minus Saints plus 14 points. So what I would do, if you can get on DraftKings and you can move the line up to a different percentage, I would take the Saints plus 14, and I would see if you can drag that up to like possibly if you can drag it up to maybe like 20 or like 21 points. If you can get the Saints plus 21 points, then I would bet that. Would I hammer that? No, I wouldn't hammer that. I would take the Saints plus 14 and drag it up some points because I don't see the Rams beating the Saints by like 21 points. And the over and under is low, but I wouldn't touch that. I would just focus on what I just advised you guys to do as far as dragging the point line up. All right. The next game I want to pick for y'all to help y'all make some money is the Jags versus the Raiders. The Raiders been playing real bad. Real bad. The Jags, they've been up and down. So, me, I would take the Jags in a landslide. For sure. Jags, yeah. They're going to beat the brakes off the Raiders. The Raiders don't even playing that good. I don't mean no harm to the Raiders quarterback, Geno Smith. He was good before, but at this point in time, it's been a lot of years since he's been good. He must be a good guy off the field. I don't know how he keep getting these deals, but Pete Carroll hooked him up with a deal, so he got another deal with the Raiders. But he ain't been playing that good. They definitely should go to Kenny Pickett. They might even be going to Kenny Pickett this week. But no matter who they go to, I would put my money on the Jags. All right. We only got a couple more left. Stick with me. The next game I want to help y'all get some money on is the Chiefs versus the Bills. The Chiefs are 5-3. The Bills are 5-2. And they have the Chiefs favored by 2.5 points. Now, the Chiefs been up and down. The Bills been up and down as well. So this is a tough game to pick. About 54.7% of the population is taking the Chiefs. Me, I think that the Chiefs are going to win. It's going to be a close game, and for sure it's going to be a battle. But when it comes down to quarterback play, and I had to tip my hat to, the guy Patrick Mahomes. Until somebody dethrones him, I'm going to give Patrick Mahomes the benefit of the doubt. And when it comes down to these games with the Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to go with Mahomes. Until, anything different goes on and people start doing Mahomes dirty, yeah, I'm going. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm riding with the Chiefs. When it comes down to the Bills and the Chiefs, I got my money on the Chiefs. And the over and under is at like 50, 52.5. I wouldn't even touch that. Now, would I hammer the Chiefs? Would I put a bunch of money on the Chiefs game? No, I would not do that. This game could go either way. I wouldn't put no money on the Chiefs. I wouldn't put no money on Buffalo. I would leave that one alone. Just sit back, watch the game, be entertained. You don't gotta put no money on that game at all, because the odds aren't favorable. All right, now to the Monday night games. No, to Sunday night game. The Seahawks versus Commanders. The Seahawks are 5-2. The Commanders are 3-5. They playing at the Commanders' home field in Maryland. And the Seahawks are favored by 3 points. This is going to be an interesting one right here. I'm not sure what's going on with the Commanders quarterback. If Jaden Smith, if he's coming back this week from injury. If Jaden Smith is not playing, then definitely taking the Seahawks in a big way. If Jaden Smith is playing, then I'm still leaning towards the Seahawks, because most likely he's going to be rusty coming off an injury. And to be honest, I don't think that Jaden Smith is even playing this weekend. So I would take the Seahawks in a big way. Would I hammer the Seahawks versus Commanders? I'm not saying I would hammer it, but I'm definitely leaning heavy towards the Seahawks. Of course, Washington's going to show up. They ain't just gonna get blown out at home. You know, primetime game. They're gonna put up a fight. So maybe I would just go with money line, the Seahawks. You know, but to be honest, I wouldn't really hammer it either way. When it comes down to the Seahawks versus the Commanders, I wouldn't be confident going with anyone. Sometimes when it comes down to sports betting, you gotta just walk away and just say, you know what, this game could go either way, so that's not a smart investment. So just don't even bet it, and that's fine. When it comes down to sports betting, that's how selective you got to be. You can't just jump on every bet coming through. All right. The next game I want to help y'all make some money on is the Arizona Cardinals versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, are they playing at Dallas? They have Dallas favored by 3 points. Now, I can tell you right now, off top, that I think Dallas is going to beat them bad. Cardinals are 2-5. Cowboys are 3-4. 60% of the population is taking Dallas. Dallas kind of been getting embarrassed. They've been losing a lot of games. They've been up and down, and they're currently getting dragged on social media. I'm hearing that one of their players, Jadeveon Clowney, made news this week. They was talking about on the first take. He said, "Oh, we got this good old roster, man. Shouldn't be going down like this, man. Our roster's too good for this." So then they were covering his comments on first take. So the Cowboys been getting dragged through social media. And they only got the Cowboys favored by 3 points. I can tell you right now, you can hammer that bet. The Cowboys are going to beat the brakes off the Cardinals. I'm telling you that right now. Now, I wouldn't tell y'all to hammer something if it wasn't hammer worthy. I'm telling you right now, you can hammer the Cowboys over the Cardinals. And that's the last game. So there you go. I just laced y'all up with some bets. I told y'all where to bet, where not to bet at. I didn't just misguide you guys, just have y'all just betting any old thing. I tried to get y'all some good safe bets. I can possibly run down some of the highlights in the betting. And so if you took away anything from the sports talk, these are the best you should hammer. Hammer Detroit at Houston. They got the over and under at 40 points. You can go ahead and you can hammer that bet. All right. And the other bet you can hammer is Dallas at Arizona. Dallas is going to beat the brakes off of Arizona for sure. There ain't no way. The way Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb been playing, man, they've been balling. Already knew that George Pickens was going to start balling when he went to Dallas. So there you go. SK Sports Talk, come double back during the week because I do where I was right and where I was wrong at. I try to make a video and then I say where I was right, where I was wrong at. I don't just make the sports betting and then just go hide after you take my L's. I come back and I say where I was right at and where I was wrong at. But let me just tell y'all about when coming down to sports betting. If any of y'all do sports betting, this is my advice. Do not bet a whole bunch of games. Keep your volume low. Just try to bet like 1 or 2 games per weekend. When you start betting multiple games, you start doing all these crazy parlays, that's where you lose at. You got to keep your sports volume betting to a minimum. Definitely try to stay away from a lot of the long distance parlays. I can tell you right now, so many people be losing those parlays. They got 10 leg parlays and all this other stuff. Like that stuff is like wishing and hoping. Just try to keep it at a minimum when it comes down to all that. All right, y'all. SK Sports Talk. I'm out. Tap back in with me. Where I was right at, where I was wrong at in a couple days.